We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thính, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh. Thính chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đắc lạc, tất chướng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sanantu Suchero Ye Lahadi San Miao San Puto Sie. Nam mô Tanakha Toya Daya Lahadi Tam Miao Tam Buddha Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's truths and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai qian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jian wen de shou qu, yuan jie ru lai zhe shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master, 6th Patriarch, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good advisors of Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Tát kính thưa Lục Tổ và Thượng Tiến Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị trí thức A Di Đà Phật. Chư Phổ菩萨、六祖师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识、弥陀佛。Hello everyone. Today is the 12th of November 2022. Thank you all for participating in our 6th Patriarch Sutra lecture. We are discussing chapter 2. It's towards the end of the chapter 2 about prajna, wisdom. So the great teacher uses the certain teaching to teach us how to develop prajna, wisdom. Now, if you don't feel you're qualified you're good enough to open your prajna, wisdom, I assure you, you can. Okay? But if you don't believe me, it's okay. Okay? This at least will help you plant the seeds to open your prajna wisdom in the future. So don't sell yourself short. And as I was looking at this, the verses here, because it's been a while, like we skipped last lecture maybe, right? Last week we didn't have this lecture. So as I get older, I become forgetful. I didn't know what he's talking about, so I went through quickly. I paged through the verses, and it dawned on me, maybe tonight I share with you something that the Chinese and the Koreans and the Asians don't know yet about what's the structure of this verse. Would you like to know? Or would I could just pick up from the last time as well. Stop wasting time, right? I don't want to waste your time. Huh? You want American style or Chinese style? It's beautiful. It dawned on me. And that's why I was looking around saying, now who's here tonight? Who's inspiring me to say stupid things that no Dharma master has ventured to before? Huh? And, okay, so he says, if you want to develop prajna, okay? What do I have to? No, I want to make it difficult for them. You can't give them everything. They take you for granted. Never mind. So he says, if you want to develop your prajna wisdom, okay, listen to my verse. Memorize it. Okay, if you don't get it, memorize it. You don't have prajna wisdom yet, memorize it. Because if you memorize this and you recite it over and over and over again in your head, your little head, someday your prajna wisdom will open just like that. It has that kind of power that you don't need to meditate. Yay! No? Those of you who are wimps who cannot stand the pain and the hard work, okay? You can simply memorize this verse. I'm about to explain to you why. Huh? Well, maybe I should. No? I just wonder why the Chinese patriarch never explained that to you. So that's why you see now you understand why it has to be transmitted to America, so that we do the American style. Okay? So the structure is so beautiful. I look at it and say, oh wow, that's why he started out doing it. Because he said, if you want to open your wisdom, if you want to activate your prajna wisdom, okay, instantaneously, would you like to do that? Yeah. Finally, I got a sound out of him. Absolutely, yes, yeah. Okay, if you want to, he says, listen to my verse, recite it, regurgitate it, recite, and one day, click, will happen. But since we're here together and I'm in a good mood, it's Saturday night anyway in the U.S., and Sunday in Korea and Asia anyway, so I'm BSing with you to keep you on suspense. Huh? Anyway, so it's fascinating because you look at the structure, okay, it's two parts. That is quintessential certain teaching. But it may be too advanced for you. Huh? What do you think? This is very advanced certain teaching. Okay, so as I look at the verse, I see, that is so beautiful, quintessential certain teaching. Okay, so what's the structure? Huh? The structure is two parts. Would you like to know which two parts? No one wants to know, right? And please? Magic word. So American. Very good. Okay. First part is things to avoid your prajna development. You have been doing things lifetime after lifetime that brought you away and further away from your prajna, wisdom, from your Buddha nature. You didn't realize it. So that's why, stop it. That's so beautiful about this is that for us who do not have enough blessings in the Dharma at any age, you need to meditate, need to cross our legs, recite mantra, recite do huato, and all those things. 42 hands and eyes, Shranga mantra, and so forth. It's because we don't have enough blessings. Okay? But for these people, his disciples, he says, let me tell you the magic recipe. You have been doing these things that are wrong, that prevents you from opening your wisdom. You may be a bodhisattva in a prior life, this life, okay? If you keep on doing these things, you will not open your wisdom. Okay? And the other part is how to open it. So certain teaching has two components. One is that what stops you from, you need to avoid doing these things that will prohibit you from opening your wisdom. And the other one is, hey, that's your wisdom. Is it clear? We're American. We need to have structure. We need to have a plan of action. We don't just go blindly like the Asian, hey, follow your leader, follow your leader. It's not good enough for us. Agree? You rebels. When I was younger, I was considered a rebel because I questioned everything. I went against everything. The opposite of everything, of everyone. Does it make sense? Not yet? So what are the things that prevent you? That's what you're wondering, I guess. What are the things that keep you, that prevent you from opening your prajna wisdom? What are the things? Okay? So he says, listen, that's what I've been doing here. Okay? I'm going to teach you a Dharma that will beat the heck out of a deviant and crush the opposition. Okay? It's neither sudden and gradual, because you're lower levels, that's why I call it differentiating sudden and gradual. It's okay. Okay, but for you, because you have no wisdom, it's perfectly okay. Okay, and the Buddha Dharma, you look at the whole Tripitaka, Vinaya, Sutras and Shastras, there's so many things that's transmitted to the human realm. Okay, why? Because there's so many confused people in so many different ways. Okay? Okay, and therefore they don't realize that they have the inherent enlightened nature in them. Even Michael here refused to believe as me. Come on, I'm Chinese. Okay, Taiwanese or Chinese? Yeah, Chinese. Yeah, Chinese. Okay. Okay? And so what stops you from seeing nature? You people in the world, okay? If you want to, see the way, okay, you have to look at your own faults, not look at others people's faults. Look at that. This is what people in our temples do. They come to the temple and look, oh, look at her. Look, look at how bad she is, In our temple or other temples? Okay? So this is what people, the temple, who come to the temple for 20 years, 30 years, they recite Buddha's name for 30, 40 years. Those white, pale-faced people at Machichua's temple, they come in and I am the best teacher and so forth. I have the best teacher, the best Dharma, and the best temple and so forth. Look at these people, they're so inferior. They come here and they try to steal our Dharma and they're so, they don't know how to appreciate. They come here and they think they can go back and, repeat the same thing at the Vietnamese temple. They think it's the Dharma. No, it's not. They don't even know that. So let them come, let them steal from us. Okay? They look at all these people's transgression. See the problem? Fundamentally, even at this superior Chinese temple, they still do that. We are the Patriarch's temple. You are inferior. Okay? They only see other people's transgression. They don't see their own transgressions. Big, big problems. Yes? Don't do that. Don't come to my temple and say, he's not Korean. This is not a Korean temple. That's why you see these Koreans in Korea. They came to a not Korean temple, and they are progressing like crazy. See that? The Koreans here, and they say, this is the Korean temple, we're not going there. Over there, they say, we have too many Korean temples. Let's find something new that's more useful to us. Okay? Understand? Here, the Koreans are true Koreans. They reject anything else, non-Korean. Okay? Non-Koreans are no good. First mistake, look at others' transgression. Look at others' inferiority. See that? You do that, you now open your wisdom, folks. You're making these mistakes. And you know, oh no, not me. I'm very polite. I get along with you. I don't look down. Well, I don't officially look down upon you because you're not Korean. You see? It's just deep in my heart. I say, you're not Korean. You're not American. You're not Chinese. Chinese looks at Americans, yeah, they're not Chinese. Like Michael. Huh? Okay? So you don't look at your own transgression. Instead, you look at others' transgressions. The wife looks at the husband's transgressions. He doesn't clean around the house. How disgusting. Or the Korean come to my house and it smells. Hey, I lived here for 5 years. What's the matter with you? Okay? Big mistake. Do not look at others' transgression. See? Number one, right there. And most people make this mistake. Gu Yin now is awake. He said, wow, I'm learning something new today. Now my master YongHua didn't teach me. Yes, 6.
DTT Daniel, may I ask what slide does the slide start and what slide is Master on?
2:30. Got that? Okay. Next. Number 2, don't hinder or afflict another. Don't be jealous. And say, oh my God, he's progressing, she's progressing a lot faster than I am. My God. Okay? Don't hinder people. Don't afflict another one. Don't do it on purpose. Yes, we afflict others by the mere presence of ours, but don't do it intentionally. Is that clear? We afflict everyone around us. That's a fact. Okay? I afflict all the other monks and nuns like crazy. But it's not intentional. Oh, well, actually, it is intentional most of the time. Okay? And if you want to have true wisdom, it has to be here. It's found here in Mahayana temples. Okay? So you're making these mistakes that prevent you from unfolding your wisdom. So what happened is the Dharma masters, when you come to the temples, they lecture you on the beautiful principles, the Avatamsaka Sutra, Shrangama Sutra. They expound in great lengths about what is beautiful teaching in the Shrangama Sutra. Okay? So they tell you about these beautiful Buddhist principles. Okay? But only this teacher tells you those are the principles that you cannot really assimilate because you're making these mistakes. How many Dharma masters do that? I ask you. You've been to so many temples. You've been to so many chanchis. How many people do that for you? This teacher did it for you. He says, you want prajna wisdom? You have to stop making these mistakes. They are preventing you from having wisdom. Isn't that refreshing? This beautiful insights that the other teachers don't appreciate because they don't have his wisdom. So, to elaborate a little bit further, let's say you're the Hinayana practitioner. Anyone? And you go into the forest. You go into a cave, like our Thai friend. His teacher brought him to a cave. He sat there for 7 years. And I said, okay, now you're ready. Let's move further into the deeper forest. Okay, even away from more people. Few people will come and make offerings to you now. If it's too far away. You may have to go hungry. You see that? So they isolate themselves. Okay? But these seeds of looking at others' faults, thinking you're better Dharma, your master is better than anyone else, your lineage is better than other lineages, Wei Yang lineage is better than Linji, it's better than Cao Tong, it's better than Fa Yun. It probably is, most likely is. But so what? It's better. What is better, good or bad, is what it is. But if you're thinking about it, and especially focusing on looking at others' faults and transgressions and inferiorities, That's what stops you. What's stopping you from maximizing your Wei Yang training, your Rinzai training, your Tibetan training, your Pure Land training. You understand? Inherently, as soon you make progress, you begin, the jealousy sneaks in, and you worry about others surpassing you. Okay? And then you lose your temper and you afflict others. Okay? You're greedy and you afflict others. Okay? And for most of you, okay, you go through life and you are adopting these beliefs that the average person adopts. Success in life, money, love. And that's, at the end, you have nothing but regret. Okay? And in order for you to avoid that, and this is not a mistake, people follow the crowd, the throng. See that? Another mistake. Is that clear? It's very subtle here. It's poetic, it's literal, literary, and it's beautiful to read. But actually, it's actually say you're making a big mistake. Yes, Elon is famous. Yes, Mr. Buffet is made famous. But what does it do? It doesn't unfold your wisdom. Well, Elon is making mistakes after mistake at Twitter right now. Horrible mistakes. Making a fool of himself. You see that? So you're making a big mistake. You don't understand the meaning of life, and you adopt what's important from other people who are confused. My own brother, is making a fortune confusing other people and conning other people. And by the time he's dead, in a few more years, 5, 10 more years, his body is so sick. And all the money means nothing. Okay? Regret. Yes, sir. Number 4.
Thank you, Master. A frantic passage through a life is one of the more powerful, impactful sutra texts translations I've seen. And I don't know about my past lives, so I don't have a point of comparison, but I can say that this life does feel busy. It feels at times frantic. We're overloaded with information. Technology is changing at a rapid pace. Could you speak a little bit more to what is meant by a frantic passage through a life?
Bobo du yi sheng. So Bobo is frantic in Chinese. I don't know. Chinese people help me out. Bobo, okay. It's one wave after another. Okay.
So like a roller coaster?
A roller coaster is more than a roller coaster. The Chinese version vision is, yes?
Like ups and downs.
Ups and downs, roller coaster. It's more than up and down. Bobo is, yes, you go the wave and crest the wave, then lower the wave. Actually, it also has another connotation, which is much more important. That is, it's relentless, the pressure, okay, the ups and downs of life. is relentless. Up and down is not the complete picture. The picture is that the up and down is incessant. It's like that wave. Huh?
Yes. Only part of it, yes. Master's right.
It's all part of it? Okay. All right. So that's what it means. The Chinese, what it means. Bobo. But the translation, frantic, is pretty good, but it doesn't quite capture. But in a concise word, it's pretty good. The Chinese is much more precise. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's why our lives in nature, our existence, our lives is that these waves come crashing at us. Okay, and we are bobbing up and down in a vast ocean. Constantly, to no end. Yes?
Thank you for the clarification, Master. So then my question is, how do we not do that?
We can't help ourselves. As soon as you are in the midst of it, it's a matter of survival for you. You have a commitment to your family, you have a commitment to your friends, you have a commitment to your co-workers and so forth. So all these things come at you at the same time. Okay? So you have zero control over it. And all the people can do, is react to it. I do a funny thing when I speak Dharma to people. Very smart people, very intelligent people who come say, teach me. I say, okay. So I threw something at them and they catch. I say, here's another one. They catch another one and threw another one, especially those who are seeking knowledge. I kept on throwing things at them. It's like throwing knives at them. So you can catch it. Hey, stop! Because I kept on throwing things at them. They can't handle it. Okay? And that's our existence. All these things come at us. We can't handle it anymore, so we drop things. It's a child who's sick. Okay? And then a child who's not sick who needs your help. Homework. Okay? And husband goes home and says, where's food? Okay? He eats and says, okay, I'm going out with my friend. Okay? And so forth. And so it's all these things, there's one thing after another, after another, after another. Our life is overwhelming. That's our existence. And we've been doing this lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. We have a house, now we buy another house in a foreign country, and now I have to fix the house, and then, and then you have to pay taxes, year-end taxes. I don't know about you, I'm worried sick about my year-end taxes. You have to see the bill, and you believe what, and then the police came and say, hey, there's a break-in, and people are hungry and desperate here in Los Angeles, homeless people everywhere, it's on and on and on. Huh? It's frantic. Lives are frantic. We are overwhelmed by life. And all we can do is to try to survive because we see no end to it. Because we make all these commitments to our loved ones. That's important to us. And that's what our parents did as well. And their parents. And their parents. So generation after generation, we lead a frantic life because that's the norm. It's normal. It's because this is important for you parents. You should remind your children, there's a balance. I talked to a disciple, dear disciple of mine says, my daughter has issues at work. I said, okay, we can handle the issues at work. Yes, there's ways to handle it, but don't forget, career isn't everything. You must have a balance, work life and family life, professional accomplishment and personal happiness. Someone has to tell you. Because like my older brother, he's gonna at the end of his life say, I'm so rich, I'm so successful, I'm so sick as well. I'm not sure now my children love me or love my money. Okay? Work and life balance. Yes? Because if you don't, okay, you only will have regrets at the end of your life. And parents, please pay attention. It's your job to remind your children. It's too late for you, I think. Too old, too weak, too sick, too depressed, too everything. Okay? But it may be too late for us, but it's not for our children, for our nephews, our nieces. There's just a thing where you need to have a balance and have a different sense of direction than just follow the crowd and fall off an abyss. Okay? And the only way out of it is the way, Buddhist way. And you may not believe me right now, children, you may not believe me right now, my friend, but when you're at the end of your wits, when the end of your rope, and you say, I need change, I need to do something different, then remember, there's something called the Buddhist way. Not Catholic way, mind you. Hey, Daniel, welcome. Okay? And what is that way? Now, he reminds us, okay, the proper way. Not just the way, the proper way, the way of propriety. Propriety meaning cause and effect. You have to do the right things in order to end your suffering. You have to do the right things in order for you to experience bliss. Yeah, clever? The way he teaches. Are you interested? You suffering people? I'm so hungry, oh my God. What are you going to have after you finish your fast? Pizza? Never mind, okay? I don't want to get you started. But pretty soon you begin, like a day number 7 or so, and say, boy, would I like to have a banana. Okay? Any questions or comments? It's beautiful the way he structures it. All right? Continue. It's not like a beautiful poem, but actually it's so insightful. It is so meaningful to me. Yes, one.
A Di Đà Phật Thầy, how do con có thể stop looking at other people's fault?
We come to that. And remind me if by the end of this I haven't answered it yet. Okay?
Yeah, thank you, Thầy.
But it's very important for me personally. Please. It may be too late for us, but it's not too late for our children. Remember that. Yes, you should say, hey, daddy screwed up. It's too late for daddy maybe, but it's not too late for you. You should have a balance. It's okay to pursue the worldly thing, but also have time for a spiritual thing. called the Buddhist way. Is that clear? That's your jobs. It's okay. If your children love to play soccer, bring them to a soccer ball, a soccer game, and so forth. Bring them to a pizza parlor after, and so forth. Bring them shopping for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. It's okay, okay? But when the time comes and they say, Mommy, it's got to be more to this, to my life than just all this. That's when you say, aha, I've been waiting to tell you, honey. Huh? It's something called the Buddhist way, the Mahayana way. Is that clear? That's your jobs. Because you know what? Mine never did for me. I was miserable for my entire adult life until a monk came along and said, hey, there is a Mahayana way that you should know about and you should try and see if it works for you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Master. I would just like to point out that there is profound wisdom in your commentary to this instruction, because as a mid-career professional, it took me 8 years of cultivating before I heard you say, you may have mentioned it, but before I heard you say the importance of having a career-life balance. You don't hear that in college. You don't hear that in high school. You don't hear that when you're a young person on your first job. But for myself, I arrived at that conclusion, whether I could articulate it quite that way, about 15 years in, because you get tired. And with your guidance, I've found not maximizing the amount of money and time I spend in work, but instead being able to maximize how I can balance work contributions with life contributions is a much better lifestyle for me. I just wanted to express my gratitude for you to teach that.
You're welcome. I'm sharing it with you because I see so much suffering in people. It's very intelligent, very bright people, very smart kids who are not taught properly and who need to be reminded when the time comes. Okay? We don't need to stop them from having fun and developing on their own accord, but it's our jobs as adults, as teachers, as guides, is to wait for the opportunity to tell them there's such a thing as the way, which is necessary for you to have work-life balance. Meaning you meditate, you listen to Dharma sometime during the day, sometime during the week. That's necessary. Okay? And sometimes maybe the kids will not listen to you. You have to wait, perhaps patiently wait until them, until they are willing to listen. Make sense? That's your jobs. Let's have a revolution here in the 21st century, because our parents didn't do that for us. Let's do it for our own children, for our own nieces. For you volunteer in a school, you teach in school, you teach your curriculum because you pay to do that. But you also are in position to wait for the right time. Say, hey son, how about, I know you're feeling bad. Rushu and say, you're feeling bad. I know she's doing it already. Why don't we cross our legs? I cross my legs with you. It will make you feel better. And with a simple act right there, a simple knowledge, you're developing a knowledge and a skill for the kids to say, I can do this again in the future. Okay? And you plant the seeds of happiness, of wisdom in them. You know why? It's so important. Because I spend my life pursuing stupid things frantically. And only brought misery and unhappiness. That's all. It's so sad. Okay, continue. You don't have the mind for the way. You're walking back early to the way, and the practice the way again to be blind to the faults of the world. Stop blaming Trump. He's a loser in the first place. So don't blame him. Wait. I take it back. You got that? Huh? If people have faults, it's none of your business. You ignore it. Okay? And that's what I found when I went to Korea. I had a chance to meet with a lot of, when I say a lot, that's a lot more than my normal quota, okay? Because I'm a lowlife. I don't get to meet important people until I went to Korea. Here, the big shots, I don't have interest in meeting them. But when Korea, I was curious about that culture and the Korean Buddhism, so I was eager to meet all sorts of Sunim. I met many Korean Sunims who are enlightened. I was delightful. It was such delight the last trip. Okay, for some reason the trips get better and better. Now I don't dare go to Korea anymore, but it's kind of hard to top that unless I'm giving a lot of money. Hint, okay? But just kidding, okay? That's what Koreans think. I go to Korea to get their money. A lady got a bunch of flax and says, I bring some cash, some dollars. I say, okay, I didn't understand. Oh, bring dollars? And then he says, here's the dollars, bring it back to the United States. I said, why? I'm not here to bring this back to the United States. I'm here because it stays here. Wherever is Korea, stays in Korea. Okay? Yeah. So anyway, it was so delightful because I met these enlightened Sunims. That's how I realized how strong, why Korean Buddhism is so stable throughout these years. There are plenty of enlightened Sunims there. Okay? And they're kind of curious about us as well. Okay, a bunch of, low lives, dress funny, and dirt poor. Okay, and so they're curious about us. And I see them making the same mistakes. They think they're better than us. It's just curious. They say, look at this guy. We're better than him. We're better than them. This is so typical of people. They only see people's faults. That's what makes them feel superior. They see us and, these are poor suckers. They don't know how to, what's the matter with them? Can't they figure out how to have a big temple with adorned temples, statues, land, money? And they're so stupid. they still make these mistakes. That's why they don't open higher level wisdom. You see, doesn't matter where you are, who you are. You get higher, especially last night we talked about spiritual powers. You open your eyes, you see things. Okay, the more you see, say, oh wow. The better you see, the more you can better see the other people's faults. The more wisdom you have, the quicker you see people's faults more clearly. Okay? What do you do then? As if you're not seeing anything. And that's what these Sunims are making. That kind of mistakes. That's why they're stuck where they are. You follow them, you're going to be that because that's how they teach you. That's what I used to learn at the other temples. When I follow, hey, we're the best. Look at all these people coming here to seek our Dharma. Our teacher is the best. And that's Master Shenhua's fault. I will slap you in the face. You dare do that. Yes, 4. I see your faults. You're not supposed to see my faults. I have plenty of faults. Yes, 4.
Thank you, Master. So, when the day comes and I can't walk to the front of the Buddha Hall and sit down and be close to my good knowing advisor because there's too many people here.
It will never happen. We're too radical.
In a world where this happens, what do we focus on?
Why we what?
What do we focus on? Not the fact that someone's taking the seat I used to sit in and I'm so irritated because that was my seat, right?
It's a moot point because it will never happen. I tell you that right now, I piss people off left and right every single day. And that's why we have 10 people and then we lose 4. And then 2 more come and we lose 3. So it gets shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's about how to develop your wisdom. If people cannot develop wisdom, they do as they please. Okay? So we just have to buy a larger temple and have better audio-video stuff. I can see, a meta world where you want to know? Hey, it costs money. That's the subscription side. Okay? Don't worry about it. You do the best you can. You're thinking too much. Okay? That's all you got. I'm telling you, I doubt in this life of mine I will have anything amount to anything significant. Okay? Because I'm scraping by every single month. Okay? Okay. So you're blind to the faults of the world. And funny thing, I'm reminding you, these enlightened Korean Sunims are not beyond this. They still look at others' faults. Amazing? His teaching is so advanced. You think you read this, these poor suckers, they're so stupid. No, enlightened people too make the mistake. Okay? So was it good? Not just Koreans, but Chinese, Vietnamese, Americans, people here, enlightened here, enlightened in Taiwan, It's They all make the same mistakes. This is very, very pervasive. This is what people commit this kind of grave errors. Because especially when you have wisdom, and especially these suckers, these losers, sit behind the four walls and have nothing to do, so they open their eyes and they see, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Disgusting. The disgust is you, sucker. You understand? If you open your eyes and look at others people's fault, you're deviant. That's a deviant behavior. Slap you in the face if you dare do that. Any of you dare do that, I will be the first one to kick you in your butt. We don't do that here. You see it? It's none of your business. It's called seeing as if not seeing. Don't say, hey, look at that, oh, look at that. You think she's cool, but no, she's not. Look at others' fault, that just is wrong. I see no wrong in others' fault. Yes, there is our fault, yes, they are at fault, but you see no wrong in it. However, my faults are unacceptable, meaning I don't worry about their faults, I worry about mine. I don't understand. I don't understand why these people, they have a little of spiritual penetration and see things and know things, and they start criticizing others and criticizing others. And they're stuck. Koreans, Americans, Vietnamese, Chinese, pale face, yellow face, they all make the same mistake. They see a little bit, they understand a little bit, and they say, oh, wow, look, I'm so much better than this person. It's like you seeing Vietnamese has a thing, I don't know if Chinese have it, một góc ngồi đá giếng. You know what I mean? Translation, hey, Vietnamese translator.
It's like a frog sitting under the well and look up thinking that the sky is that small.
It's not small. Is it big as what he can see through the well? Jewel Conk.
한국 유튜브에 올라온 구자 유선님 코멘트입니다. 한국의 성철 스님은 다른 사람 허물을 보지 말라고 가르쳤습니다.
In Korea, 성철 스님 taught people that don't look at others' fault.
What?
In Korean 스님, 성철 스님, he taught people that don't look at others' fault.
People don't look at others' fault. Okay. Can we elaborate on that? I'm not seeing any faults. One more time. The Americans facetiously would say it again. Someone help her out. Come on, don't just sit there and enjoy the show too much. What did she say?
Don't look at others' fault.
Don't look at other sports. Repeat the entire question again, please. I think I could guess finally what it is.
It's a comment. And then 성철 스님, the Korean monk, he taught people don't look at others' fault.
That's correct. It's the right teaching. But in saying that, he's looking at other people's fault. That's why he's stuck there. Stuck at fourth. Okay? The proof is in the pudding, as we Americans say it. Okay? If you're not doing that, then why are you stuck at fourth? Ground Bodhisattva. Why are those other Sunnitas stuck? Because I see them making this mistake. Whereas, because I put Master Z, for example, in a position where even if he sees other people's faults, he does not speak Korean. He can't do a damn thing about it. No one understands him. What did you say? What did you say? Say it again. One more time. Korean, please. So that's why even he sees these people's fault, is it a damn thing he can do? That's why he says, I don't care. Xianan can do anything she wants. She can say anything about me she wants. I don't care. You see that? So that's why when I sent him to Korea, with nothing at all, except for a few talks here and there, but he improved twice. A year after he got there, and recently. Because he gave up looking at people's faults. Koreans have too damn many. They're driving me crazy, but I can't do anything about it. So what's the point? Jumi is there every single day. You know what I mean? You got that? And you wonder why. I'm telling you, this is our little secrets between he and me. I put him in a place where you can't look at people's faults, because that's a big mistake that my master's disciples did. I remember. Would you like to hear this funny story of mine? About a scary nun. When I was a novice at my master's temple, I was there for about 10 months, and then there's a full ordination. And they all agreed to allow me to become fully ordained, except for the Fangzang, who is an idiot. Okay? CD 10,000 Buddhas, too young, too stupid anyway, he still is, who refused. So I was not allowed to become fully ordained. Okay? But anyway, I'm still bitter about it. That's his fault. So that's why I left. One of the reasons I left. Loser. I'm still bitter. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Some wounds are too deep, Anyway, you don't do that to people, Anyway, so I was a novice. Okay. Amazing, the guy, Master Z, he's in Korea, no one really understands him, he can't talk to anyone. So, it's no point looking at people's faults at all, okay? So anyway, and so there's a full ordination, so it's CD 10,000 Buddhas, we very strict, men's side, women's side, Okay? So you don't venture to women's side. And you go to Buddha Hall, men on the left, women on the right for expedient reasons. So we stand over here, we don't look at the other side. We don't glance over there. It's verboten. Yeah? Okay. So came full ordination, so we had to prepare, so they needed muscles. So they brought us over to help, whatever, I don't remember anymore. So the first time I said, wow, look at all these women. So I was looking, which one is the pretty one? Well, wouldn't you? I mean, you sort of wonder, are the nuns good looking or not? Because I never got a chance to see them for the whole year. Okay, so I said, wow, unimpressive. D, F. That's what we men do, It's a 10, 7, 4. So anyway, I was looking, I was enjoying myself. See, now you all are interested, aren't you? Yeah, we do that too. We just don't admit it, that's all. So I was enjoying myself, look, and then I realized, whoa, something happened. My vision being stuffed back. Okay? I look, scary nun, looking at me as if I'm going to kill you. And I ran away immediately. That's why I was traumatized for the rest of my years at my master's temples. Every time I look at her, I was frightened out of my wits. I still am today. Never been scared of a woman like that before. Anyway, you see, even that stupid woman chooses to look at people's faults. That's why she's stuck. And no one told her. Because if Master Z dares start doing that, I would slap him in his face too. Because as long as you do that, it doesn't matter where you are. It is so important that most people make that mistake. Master doesn't like me. Master calls me stupid. Master is so coarse. Master is a clown. Monks don't speak Dharma like that. See, you keep on looking at people's faults. He's not Chinese. We Chinese have the real Dharma. Not them people. How come I'm explaining your Chinese Dharma to you now? Yes, 4.
Thank you, Master. I have 2 questions.
Only 2?
The first question.
After 1 whole hour, you only hear 2 questions? So, 2 divided by 60.
Question number 1. I'm just curious about the scary nun. So on the scale from 1 to 10, where did she fall?
Scale of what? Scary is 11.
No, just man to man. The 1 to 10.
1 to 10? Oh, that one. Oh, 0.
Thank you, Master. Second question. Sangwook Sunim, I appreciate your translation of what the Korean Sunim's comment was, but I heard it slightly different than what Master repeated.
Pray tell.
Could you clarify? Because I thought I heard you say, "Don't look at other people's farts."
Oh, Sangwook Sunim.
Because I endorse that.
We have children here. Xiao Tai, cover your ears. Goodness.
I fully endorse that message, and it kind of just made me think about it, because if I'm in a room with somebody and, they fart, I'm not looking at them.
Don't have to. It's disgusting.
Right? It kind of makes it more easy for me to process them.
Americans like to joke about these things, which is we Asians find distasteful, right? It's so disgusting how the way the Americans do it. Now, it's funny thing too, is that, finally I got all the Koreans in Korea to laugh. Yeah, look at them. They're all laughing right now. So, Master is so funny. Talking about women, ranking women 0 to 11. Because Koreans, when I remember when I first lectured to them, it's like stone face from beginning to end. Now look at them. They're all laughing. Okay, back to serious business. We review Dharma here. That's why we're here, right? Okay, a slide. Okay, and it's the mind that finds faults that is so subtle. Especially the smarter you are, the wiser you are even. You have practice wisdom, you still find faults. Enlightened people are not taught this. And then don't be caught up in hate and love, okay? And then you got it made. It's just like I said, you hang in there. From you, many of you are in, most of you in the formless realm and the arhat range now. Just stretch both your legs and lie down. You make it to third stage arhat as long as you don't quit. You keep on coming, and you keep at it, week after week, imperceptibly, you make it. That's our environment. If you didn't, I would slap you in the face. Okay? Okay, well, that's what we are today. So far, so good? Does it help? It's so subtle that the Chinese are too polite. That's why, it's a lot of things are sort of implied in the Asian culture, and we Americans are so crude that sometimes it helps to do it. Okay, so let me remind you, it's not just that you have to be a teacher like Ru Shu and such people, but all those of you who are adults in a position where the young generation and other people look up to you, your subordinates look up to you and so forth, you have to remind them, hey, there's a work and life balance. And you have to have a spirituality in your life. It's called the way. Don't have to call it the way, but spirituality. People understand it. Go to church. Go to synagogue. It's important for you. Okay? Make sense? You are in a position to transform people's lives in a good way. That's so important. Please don't ignore how important that is. So don't think that I learned Buddhism, I learned all these things, what's good, what does it do for me? Let me tell you what it does for you. Because if you understand, you subscribe to this, you live according to this, when you say it, it has more weight, number one. Number two, you're helping other people's lives and you're creating tremendous blessings for yourself. So it may not show up as money yet, may not show up as success yet, but in future lives, maybe down the road, even in this life, it may materialize. What people don't realize is that's a success. Your money you have is only a reflection of your blessings. When we practice the way, we are creating tremendous blessings. A lot more than the Catholics, by the way. And we're not going to tell the Catholics. Okay? We know it. So that's why we want to keep it for ourselves. We don't try to convert them. Say, hey, stay Catholic, man. We want to be superior. Okay? You are making a huge difference in people's lives by reminding them of that spirituality, the importance of spirituality. Okay? Before they get too caught up like you did with the waves and the ups and downs and the frantic nature of the human existence, of life in society and civilization. Yes, too.
Thank you, Master. So, why do we look at others people's faults? Is it because of our ego that drive us?
Yes. Habit energy. Those enlightened people are enlightened, but they still have habit energies. They don't realize one of the biggest habit energies, according to Master Huineng here, is to look at people's faults. Master Hsien didn't remind them emphatically enough. Because his disciples are enlightened while he's still alive. If I were him, I would have slapped him in the face already, all of them. How dare you? And how dare you? I'm teaching you so that you're better, so that you don't look at other people's faults, only your own. And you don't talk about other people's faults, only your own. Don't be like me. Do what I say, don't do what I do. Right, Rushu? Huh? Q&A.
Thank you, Sifu. I have a question because I do look at people fall, but my intention is to help them be better. For example, when I have a friend who is a gambler, and the friend of mine will only think that it's just a form of entertainment. They don't think it's going to affect anybody. But I point out that, the action that even though you think it's for your own entertainment, but it's actually do harm to your body, your children, your family. Is that wrong, Master?
Yes.
separate.
It's wrong. JMT.
안녕하세요, 마스터. 저 같은 경우는 다른 사람 잘못을 보지 말라고 하셔가지고, 저의 케이스는 다른 사람들을 뭐 지속적으로 뭐 이렇게 관찰해가지고 뭐 찾아낸다거나 뭐 그렇게 하지는 않아요, 정말로. 근데 이제 어려서부터 저의 좀 특성이 좀 이렇게 잘못된 걸 빨리 캐치를 하고 또 이렇게 사람들이라는 건 관계 패턴이 있기 때문에 나한테 직접적으로 잘못을 하지 않아도 어떤 사람이 다른 사람 특정인에게 잘못을 한다면 그게 언젠가 상황이 주어졌을 때 그게 나한테 돌아올 수 있기 때문에 저는 좀 그런 종류의 사람들을 멀리 해왔거든요. 좀 거부하고. 그래서 제 질문이 보려고 하지 않고 찾질 않는데 잘못이 너무 빨리 보이고 또 저는 가까이 하고 싶지 않고 이런 것들인데 계속 되는데 마스터께서 보지 말라고 하시니까 제가 눈을 어떻게 할 수가 없어서 질문드립니다. 그냥 보이는 거거든요. 어떻게 제가 하면 좋을지 가르침을 부탁드립니다.
Master, in my case, you said to me, don't look at others' fault. So I'm trying to not to look at others' fault intentionally. But from young age, I can catch very easily others' faults.
You're jealous by nature. No one told you that. Oh no.
저의 고민은 잘못을 찾지 않는데 잘못이 너무 빨리 보이고 마스터께서는 잘못을 보지 말라고 하시고
She's
제가
explaining,
어떻게
justifying. I'm really not jealous. Actually, I have a good reason. Is it what she's doing? No? We're not connecting?
선생님 다시 질문 드릴게요. 잘못을 보지 말라고 하시는데 그냥 보면 너무 빨리 잘못이 보이니까 사람을 보는 거의 동시에 잘못이 보이니까 제가 이렇게 빨리 다른 사람의 잘못을 빨리 캐치하는 뭐 특성이 있는데 이걸 어떻게 다스려야 되는지 저 같은 경우는 어떻게 다른 사람의 잘못을 보지 않을 수 있는지 그것을 질문드립니다.
I'm not trying to catch others' fault, but I can see very easily. So in my case, what should I do?
In your case, it takes too long, honey. Okay? One step at a time, baby steps. Just start first by not looking at one person's fault of your choosing. You can look at all the people's faults, all you want, and talk about it all you want. For you, I give you special Dharma. Look at one person's fault. Okay, don't choose one person and don't look at his or her fault. That's all. Swear to God. Okay, you can report to Master Z, your boss, which person it is. Who do you choose? Just for our fun? Who do you have in mind?
일단은 현실적으로 남편을 선택하는 게 가족의 평화에 좋을 것 같습니다.
I want names, girl. Just give me a name.
주미스 허스번.
Jumi's husband. Some wisdom there. See, the girl was pretty wise. Okay, start from with that. Report next month. Every time you look at his fault, okay, you put down $1 bill that goes to me later. You're gonna go broke in no time. Okay, deal? Okay. Let me answer a lot of questions by going to the next slide here, this slide here, 242. Okay? Because question number 1 from Go Force was jumping the gun, and that's I'm paving the way for this section here, this slide here. Okay? That's why. So let me bring the slide up. Okay? Text. If you hope and intend to transform others, you must use expedient means. Don't cause them to have doubts, and then the self-nature will manifest.
欲拧化他人，自须有方便，勿令彼有疑，即是自性见，自性现。
Okay. 243. Okay, commentary. If you want to help others, when I talked to Ru Shu, for example, at her school, and I told you the example that, if the kids is tired or something and so forth, and bring to her office and you're not feeling good, you're crying, that's cross our legs and so forth. Okay, that's called expedient. You have to wait for the right opportunities. Like in the question from Go For, it says her friend likes to gamble and she says, oh, it's very bad for you. You know what her friend's reaction would be? Yeah, tell me about it. You are like a 10,000th person who told me that already. Huh? So what makes you different? The rule of thumb is that don't say anything until they ask. So that's what you have to do. You have to wait until they need it. That's when you tell them. That's when the kid at Rushu's office who's tired, who's confused, who's angry, who's disappointed, that's when you say, let's cross our legs for a few minutes, okay? You feel better. Okay? So you need to know when to tell them. You just don't just say, hey, can I interest you in, God, the Word of God? Is that what Daniel does in the street corner? Have you noticed? He comes here as soon as we are busy, we don't pay attention, sneaks out to the street corner right there. Okay? He says, hey, I'm coming from that church. Right here, you see that right there? That's that cross sign on top of the church. That's the church I just came from. Can I tell you about the words of God? This is why these people who try to convert you at Costco, at Walmart, have a utter failure. They could not convert anyone. Because they have bad timing. They have to wait. You want to convert people, have to wait until it's the right time to do it. And the best time is when they ask for it. They have to ask for it. And they have to be sincere in asking for it. And that's a rule of thumb. Shut up before that. You don't say anything. You don't look at the faults. You gambling? What gambling? I don't have no problems. You understand? That's when you practice yourself. I see no gambling, I see no drinking, I see no drug use. You understand? That's what we do when we cultivate our way. We don't see people taking drugs. We don't see people insulting their mother. We don't see people stealing. You know? There's nothing wrong with that. It's none of our business. Until they said, hey, you know, I'm not happy in my life. My wife makes me so unhappy. I don't know what to do. That's when you talk to them. You wait. Is it clear? So don't go and tell people, hey, you have to stop gambling, you have to stop drinking. I talked to one of my disciples on my trip to Korea, and she said, my husband drinks. I said, oh, let him. I asked her, what else do you think that he does for fun during the day besides drinking? You have to find a reason for him to stop. As long as he finds it fun, you can't stop him. Been drinking for 10 years. The body is shot. So, drinking is no longer an issue. Next life is the issue. You understand? Sickness is an issue. Next life is an issue. Drinking is not an issue. You're fixing the wrong problem. Brace yourself for a very, very sick husband. Are you prepared? Brace yourself because he's going to die. It's not going to end well for him. That's a bigger picture. Drinking is just no longer a problem that can be fixed. It should be fixed. You understand? So that's why you want to change others, you have to wait. You have to wait for the right time. Until then, shut up. Yes, Catholic. Don't hurt him. We need him alive to prove that we don't try to convert Catholics. Yes, sir.
We don't try to convert people.
Not you, but I have plenty of people who try to convert me. You cannot tell me otherwise. I see everywhere. I wear the monk's garb. I went to the bank, and my teller is trying to convert me. Yes, sir.
That said, other Christians have tried to convert me, so it happens.
And I hope we Buddhists don't do that. Don't try to convert people.
But as I was saying, converting people does not work. If people want to seek help, even whatever, as you were saying, whatever they need, even if we think there is a problem, as long as they don't see it as a problem, there is no problem.
Yeah.
So it's like when I work with my own clients, if they don't see it as a problem, what would I see as a problem? If they cannot pay the rent and they don't see it as a problem, it's not my problem either. Until they come to me and they say, Daniel, I cannot pay my rent, I'm using drugs, and I don't know what to do. Then that's where I go and help. Otherwise, I let them be.
They should learn from you. Okay, any other questions or comments? And then do not cause them to have doubts. And then the self-nature will manifest. This the Master's teachings. He says, this in particular applies to the monks and nuns. Don't cause people to have doubts. So that's why we have these guidelines, these rules, and these especially rules of comportment. You walk straight, you eat, there's certain comportment, awesome comportment, okay, because that's designed to counter doubts. Because this kind of comportment that comes from that, the four aspects of comportment: stand like a pine tree, stand straight, okay, and that's why Xin is becoming, cognizant of that. Her Korean Pilates instructor is helping her stand straighter, and she gained like half an inch. She's taller now, okay? We heard, rumor has it, okay, so it's working. So standing like a pine tree, sitting like a bell, don't slouch over, huh? Or walking like a breeze. Don't be like Xian Kong. When you ask her to walk, she walks like one step of hers is equal to 2 of my steps. Especially when you rush her a little bit, it's most obvious. When you rush her a little bit, she whereas when I'm in a hurry, I walk like a Japanese woman. Okay? Because you learn to walk like a breeze. You walk by, there's no wind at all. Especially when, so that's why you walk like a breeze, very soft, okay? Very leisurely, very majestic, okay? Baby, have you been listening?
Yes, Master.
I told her, I because I was doing the Wan Yin Chi, I got a chance to watch her, and I see how she walked. She walks funny. She walks like a man, like big strides and steady and strong, So I came up to her and I said, honey, you see how the way I walk? She says, how? I said, well, I walk a little bit, softer and shorter steps. I said, okay. And she's walked like that for 5 minutes. And then as soon as a rush, she start walking like a man again. Anyway, Korean so hard to teach. Okay, so you walk like a breeze, and what's the last comportment? You lie down like a bowl, whatever. Anyway, you see that? So those comportments are designed, by the way, monks and nuns, especially if you try to impress people, you salespeople. See that? That's when you, in order to help people, okay, then you avoid causing doubts in them. Okay? Like especially, this is why, especially for you monks and nuns, whether you are Buddhist monks and nuns or clergy members or other religions and so forth, rabbi and so forth, remember this very simple, very subtle thing that most monks and nuns, most clergy members make, is that when you come near lay people, and you make them feel like you're trying to pick their pockets. You're after their money. It's a common mistake for clergy members, for Sangha members. Okay? You go near lay people and they say, oh, he's trying to get money out of me. They doubt your Dharma right away. And that's what Master YongHua is great at that. Okay? You come near him, he wants nothing from you. Okay? And that's why he taught his disciples very, very well. You go to their temples, they're not trying to pick the pockets until the Taiwanese came and said, you eat lunch, you better pay money. That's wrong too. You understand? It's very subtle. You understand why in our temples we don't care if you eat lunch, you eat as much you want, or you can eat buffet and you pay zilch? Because I went to Korea. All the temples, you go there, typically you have to pay for lunch. And they're used to it. You know, as long as you have that money involved, okay, this doubt sticks in. That's why I have tremendous respect for the Chinese Dharma. Is it so free? No one's trying to pick your pocket, believe it or not. You don't believe it, fine. Okay? Eventually, you keep coming, you see. Okay? And that's what Master Srinivas instilled in us, his disciples. Again, until the Taiwanese disciples, he came from Taiwan, and they insist that you pay. I find it disgusting. It's so wrong. Okay? You can have a doubt. Then, because when they have doubts, that's when the self-nature does not manifest. This is another tip from the great teacher. If you want your nature to come to the fore, okay? No doubt. So, San Francisco, Daniel says, now I'm in San Francisco, and I want you to tell me about loyalty, okay, and so forth, okay. So the guy has good roots, okay, in spite of his many challenges and many obstructions, okay. But the important thing is that part of loyalty is, the advantage of loyalty is to have no doubt. This is a Dharma glimpse. Please. You got that? When you're loyal to your emperor, even if it's so wrong, you still have no doubt because you're loyal. So hopefully you're loyal to a good emperor. You're loyal to a good teacher. And until, okay, and that's the nature of your blessings. Make sense? Don't sit there and say, I want a good emperor, I want a good teacher. No, you accrue your blessings, and if naturally the bodhisattvas, I tell you, look for a good advisor, pray to Buddhas and bodhisattvas, please guide me. That's all. That's what I do. And they will guide you, because if you have the blessings, you make it. You be shown. It's not there yet. It doesn't happen yet. It's because you don't have enough blessing yet. Go and accrue blessing. Go and be loyal to your stupid master. It's okay. That's how you accrue blessings. You got it? Daniel? I didn't answer his question well, because I was trying to be polite. Does that make sense? That's why I have no problem with people coming, and spy number one is still, trying to report to the headquarters and so forth. Today, Master YongHua says, you guys still look at people's faults, and if he had a chance, he'd slap you in the face. Right, spy number one? And my Christian boyfriend, Catholic boyfriend, agrees with me. He will swear to God that Master YongHua did say that. And check at the video of the 6th Patriarch Sutra, dated November 12. Yes, 4.
Could spy number one give whoever she's reporting to the link so they can submit Dharma Glimpse suggestions?
Or they have a chance to have their own reply, justifications. Okay. However, this is Chinese. He teaches this to the Chinese. Would you like me to teach you the American version? Not for Chinese, okay? Chinese people, the non-disciples of mine, please tune out. It's not for you. No Dharma glimpse, only for our own kind. Catholic, please, plug your ears. Don't cause them to have doubts. I have a better way. Much more American. Guess what? Hey, Mama, where you going? How dare you? Say, what? I'm about to give you American Dharma. And he says, oh, this is too American. I'm out of here. Your beloved daughter will tell you later. Huh? American teaching. This is for Chinese. Okay? The Chinese says, don't cause them to have doubts. You, my beloved and special people, and my beloved disciples, I teach you. Instill faith in them. It's much more effective than having no doubts. Shh. Promise? Promise not to tell anyone? Shh. That's our school's Dharma, American Wei-Yang Dharma. Shh. Okay, Koreans, swear now. Cross your heart. Swear to me you will not tell anyone. It's us only. Okay? The infidels, don't give it to them. Got that? It is true that doubt is what prevents you from becoming enlightened. Yes. However, we do it better in American style. That is, it's faith which will help it, would make it happen faster. That's why last night I said, our American style is 5 times faster. I'm speaking very conservatively because it's the faith. For them, it's the doubt. Okay, that's what Master YongHua taught them. Is don't doubt me and so forth. Okay, I spent my entire life to prove to you that you have nothing to have any doubts. Okay, for us, it's just have faith. Huh? And if you have the blessings, your faith will be well placed. Don't tell me like Daniel said, how do I have faith? I don't care. Have faith and accrue blessings. Shh. No Canucks. You hear me? Okay. That's why at the beginning of tonight's lecture, I was looking around to see who's going to be around, because all these people are very special people who get to hear the things that is not going to be shared with others, right? Yes, Catholic. Have no doubt. For you, it's doubt.
I agree. But I have a question too. How do you install faith?
Become Buddhist first, then we talk. You always want to know, but you are not willing to do. So what I do with you is you do first, and I will let you know. Another Dharma glimpse. Conk.
Hello. Master, I just wanted to make a comment that I'm reviewing and correcting the Bhikkhuni Teaching Sutra. I found it interesting that the last part of the sutra, it talks about ending the doubts. Right before Buddha left the world, his teaching is about revealing and ending the doubts.
Yes.
In the Bhikkhuni Teaching Sutra. So when I first look at the content, the list of contents, I was curious why it was in the last part of the sutra. So I thought it was very interesting.
That's the official Buddhist teaching. I'm giving you a shortcut. That's all. You can do it on the Chinese style. The traditional Buddhist way is to end your doubts. Okay? And that's what the Buddha did. That's what the Bodhisattva is trying to do. Mahasattva is trying to do. For us, Americans, style is have faith. Accrue your blessings more and more and more and more and more, endlessly. It's never enough. That's a mindset. And have faith. That's our American way out. That's our American Mahayana. That's what makes us different. Okay? Wow, everyone is thinking so hard. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. It's too good to be true. Q&A.
Dạ thưa thầy, con không có tưởng tượng, con vẫn chưa tưởng tượng ra được là instill faith in others là như thế nào. Thầy có thể cho con một cái ví dụ cụ thể được không?
Emitofuo Master, I still have not imagined how can I instill faith in other. How can I do that? Can you give me a particular example?
Telling you to cross your legs. If you keep on fighting it and struggling with it and try to sit longer and longer and longer and follow the instructions, your faith is being developed. You get stronger and stronger and stronger naturally. If people say, I don't know, I don't think the full lotus for me, it's too hard for me, my legs are wrong, I don't have time, I have plenty of reasons, okay, then faith will have to be developed different ways. Okay, so plenty of ways to develop faith. But when I teach, when I don't have the chance to teach you directly, okay, that's when I teach my disciples, my instructors, to train you in full lotus, because it helps you develop faith. To me, as a teacher, I find faith far more advantageous than developing faith, and instilling faith is far more effective than removing doubts. Okay, so the answer to your question is this pertains to the teachers. When the great teacher says, don't cause them to have doubts, that he says, I know you monks and nuns and you teachers will make mistakes and cause people to have doubts, so please try to avoid. We have these rules and regulations, these guidelines for you to follow that will prevent them having doubts, okay? That's fine, okay? That's the standard practice. For us, the shortcut is that once that they have eliminated a lot of doubts, the students, okay, when they're at a certain level, they're able to remove a lot of doubts, okay, that's when you need to develop faith. So that's why in our teachings, we stress more along the way, along your progression, that will help you develop more faith. And it will be clearer as you make progress. It's not something that can be explained to you. Because if you follow the instructions, it will develop your faith. And when you look back and say, wow, that's what happened. It's supposed to happen without you knowing. Then it's much faster. If you're supposed to know what we're doing, then we have to charge you for it. There's a difference. When people charge you in a class, yes, because they have to lay out a syllabus and say, this is what I'm going to go over, then this is what I'm trying to instill to you, this is what I'm trying to give you, okay? And you see the syllabus and see, oh, the content, wow, it makes sense. Will be beneficial to me. I see why, I agree. This is beneficial to me, and that makes sense. Okay? What happened in spiritual training, especially in our American style, is that's too slow. Okay? Because who agrees? Your ego agrees. We're trying to bypass your ego. So that's why we rather install faith. Because faith is what's the one-liner for faith. It's not what it seems. You believe or not. It's not the way you think. Especially for my left phone people, I told them, hey, now you shave your head. Let me tell you the truth. It's not what you think. Because you're so stupid, I can't tell you otherwise. All I can do is fool your ego. If I yell at you, you say, why yell at me? Why are you so mean? Then my question, the most obvious question you should ask yourself is, why am I upset? Who is upset? So ordinary people say, this master is so coarse, okay, so crude, so impolite, so, okay? But if you have wisdom, you say, oh, trying to tell me something. Do you have faith? Yes, it's hard to your ears. It's offensive to you. But you have faith, you say, well, there's something more than just the screaming. It's more than just the beating. It's more than just the violence. It's more than just the insults. And if you have faith, it's very easy for you to get it. Because it's not what you think. Your ego, if I explain to you, okay, you pay. Okay, it's easy because your ego agrees that I can charge you anything I want. Okay, but But in order to fool your ego, I cannot tell you what I'm doing. It's not what it seems. It's not what it seems. That's all. That's why this is not in a business of making money. You see? It's terrible. We won't make any money. We won't be famous. We won't be, people will say, hey, he's a clown. Some smart Chinese Alex said, he sounds like a comedian. Your master. I've been to Chinese temples and they all, today we will discuss prajna. So, Emitofuo. And we joke around and we crack jokes and entertain Thai, That's what brings him to the temple because master is funny. So we're helping your children as well. It's not what it seems. If you stick around long enough, your faith will naturally develop. So the short answer, the one-liner, stick around. That's how your faith will grow stronger. Don't quit. Does it help? You quit, tough luck. That's as far as that's if you quit, that's as much faith that can develop in you this lifetime. Better luck next time. That's all. It's funny. I have this disciple, ex-disciple of mine. She's very good. She sees things, she knows things, she dreams of things, beautiful things, wonderful things, incredible things, fantastic things, miraculous things. And her level is too low. Samadhi. I don't look at people. I don't look at your color. I look at your samadhi first. I say, no. Too low. So I look at people differently. I no longer rate you by 1 to 11. By looks. I rate you 1 to 11 by samadhi level. Okay? I've learned something after all these years. Please believe me. Okay? I know it's hard for you to believe me, but believe me, I did learn a few things. Okay? So anyway, so I said, yeah, you can do all those things, and how come your level is so low? That means that if your level were higher, you could do those things much better than before. So I said, try to improve. He said, okay, I meditate, I recite mantras, I do this, I do that, And for a while, and because of that, we stuck to the Asian guidelines where you try to avoid causing doubts in this woman, okay, and a very slow progress, and then stuck, okay. And so one day I walked in there, I look at you idiot. So one day I walked in there and I saw her doing evening ceremony on one foot. You know who it is, Dai? 1 foot. I said, can you imagine you sit in the Buddha hall, stand in the Buddha hall, everyone else stands on 2 feet and you stand on 1 foot? You don't think there's anything wrong with you? Our Dharma, we blend in. I teach you, wherever you go, blend in. No one should notice you at all. That's our Dharma. I insist on that. Wherever we go, no one should say, oh, look how adorned it is. Oh, how beautiful it is. Oh, the nice eyebrows. This majestic things is so beautiful. You walk in there, and this is what my master taught me, the Chinese master guy, the short one. I walk in there, I look at him, and he's totally unimpressive. I say, wow, such wisdom. That's why I'm teaching you. Don't be like me, remember? Okay, so, because I walk around everywhere, I'm still clowning around, okay? So don't be like me. Okay. So anyway, so I came up to her gently, because I noticed she'd been stuck for some time now, and whatever my other disciples were telling her, she said, I don't believe you. Yeah, what do you know? I see more than you. I see your faults. I see things you cannot see. I know things you don't know. What can you tell me? I went to her and said, put your foot down. We said, okay. Put your foot down. Right away. That's how she improved. Because she believed in my instruction. She didn't believe in my other disciples' instructions, but she had faith, more faith in me. With her, it's not doubt, it's faith. And then, eventually, her blessings ran out, and no more faith. Goodbye. That's life. So I'm teaching you that you accrue more and more faith. Don't you dare stop. Faith will protect you. Blessings. Develop more blessings. More and more blessings. That's us. We never have enough blessings. Okay? That includes me. That's why I use the word we. Don't worry. You have blessings, great things will happen. Don't question why it's not working. Why it's just like this Ida disciple of mine says, I've been here a long time. I got so many plaques. Why am I still behind the other disciples? Because you don't have faith in my instructions. I didn't have to tell him. I believe you, Master. I believe you, my Master. I bow to you, Master. You. But deep down, you don't really have faith. You have doubts, but you disguise it. Yes, Master, I follow you for all these years. Isn't that enough? Isn't that proof? Yeah, you follow me because you have nowhere else to go. I protect you. I teach you. I give you life. I give you a future. I give you dignity. I increase your self-worth. I instill faith in you. That's why you're here. I know. But if you want to keep on hiding your, that doubt, okay, and I believe you. I have faith in you. I'm not going to touch your doubt because you don't want me to touch it. You understand? You don't want me to touch. You don't want me to know. I will not know. You don't want me to touch. I will not touch. I go blind on the spot. Does it help? The lady who asked the question. Okay. Jewel Kong. Come on, it's 2 hours already. We are over.
Sorry, no question.
We're over time. I need to go sleep. Ask your question quickly.
Master, sorry, we have no question.
Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, everyone. You're so special. See you next time.